We have Sommelier Sunil Dora of Corks and Screws here with us this morning, who will help guide and educate us on wine. And trust me when I say Sunil, I need an education.
Oh, we all definitely need an education for sure someday.
All right, so
I prefer you call me Sunny.
Sunny.
Yeah, that's what people really call me. So.
Are you a sunny person?
With O.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So tell us how you got started in the wine industry.
Funny story. If I recall, I was jobless, got married, and had no job, and circumstances were completely different. I was watching this movie of a Russell Crowe. It's called A Good Year. Beautiful movie. I mean, he's my favorite actor, and he's a stockbroker turned into a vineyard owner, which he inherited from his uncle. And never thought, right next day, the wine job will be on my lap. Wines, actually, back home where I come from, in India, drinking was considered to be a taboo when we were growing up. It was a lot of social issues with the drinking. Yes. And we used to think whiskey, brandy, vodka, rum, everything is wine. Had zero knowledge about the wine. And then got into it. So the friend of mine who actually recommended me to Corks and Screws, because I started my career with Corks and Screws, he's like, you know anything about wine? I'm like, no. I can learn. All right, no problem. How about go and, handle the shop? I'm like, fine. I recall it was 2007 in the month of December.
Okay. Yeah. So you've got an anniversary coming up really very soon.
Very soon.
15 years.
Well, yes, 15 years, absolutely. It's been a great journey. You meet a lot of people, different people. You got to know a lot. I traveled a lot after that, and got a chance to own the stake into the Corks and Screws.
That's great.
So it's a phenomenal journey.
Good stuff.
Well, thank you for sharing some of it with us.
Indeed, and congrats on your 15 years.
Thank you.
So what exactly does it mean to be a sommelier?
It's like you're asking an electrical engineer how it feels to be a successful engineer. Asking a reporter how it is to be a good host and a news anchor, and delivering your own reporting in terms of any of the social issues or page 3. So it feels great. Once you are knowledgeable, because wine is just not really a job to me; it's a passion. Put it that way. Yeah, I consider myself son of Bacchus, who is the wine god.
Oh, nice.
I love your personality.
Indeed. One follow-up question, Jamie. What is the difference between a wine steward and a wine waiter?
I'm sorry.
What is the difference between a wine steward and a wine waiter? Well, a sommelier and a wine waiter.
Waiter is waiter. Steward is steward. Sommelier is technically a knowledgeable person who is going to give you the idea where does it come from, if the wine is good or not. One of the primary duties for the sommelier is like before the bottle is being given to the host to taste it, they technically smell it and taste it. If the bottle is good or bad, the sommelier thinks it's good, they give it to the host.
Okay.
Yeah, it happens in majority of the restaurants, Michelin one-star restaurant and different other restaurants, and that's a right way to serve it technically, just to ensure that whatever the host is ordering on the table, the guest host, they get what exactly they want.
Okay.
And on the other side also, they have to ensure that the wine is not corked, it's bad. Sometimes it smells musty, sometimes it's vinegar, due to several conditions. There are too many technical terms to that too. Okay. Wine is just not a liquor, it's a life in a bottle, to be quite honest with you. I will go through that too.
I love that. Life in a bottle.
Life in a bottle.
You should coin that. Tell us about your sommelier education program.
So I started out as a normal shop sales guy into the in the wine, and it came down to the point where there was a huge shift in the management, and I get an opportunity to become the country manager for St. Kitts and Nevis. Because Corks and Screws was actually, it used to be under the banner of Netco from XSM and from St. Martin. And they had different, like, one in Antigua, one in Anguilla, one in St. Martin, one in St. Kitts. So I got the St. Kitts and Nevis. So I got the in 2008. I rose fast in that position, and one of the major requirements was to be a sommelier in order to. That was a standard they had set, and I received this book of level 2. I should actually tell you, I didn't have to do the level 1 because I was fast tracked. And I was one of the, very fortunate people to do that. I read the books for at least 2 to 3 months, and after that, it came down to the point, like, you have to go sit down in the exams. I thought, okay, the book is reading is done, fine, we don't have to go through with anything. Unbelievable. I still remember it was October 2008, and we were sitting down in this room, and it was not in St. Kitts at that time. There was no facility for the WSET, which is Wine and Spirit Educational Trust out of London. So we have to travel, and it cost me actually at that time around like $1,600 US. We'll come back to that point as well. Why did I bring WSET here? And we're sitting down, and this guy who taught me, Christopher Jones, great guy, in English, he said, okay, guys, we have lectures. I'm like, lectures? Yeah, 3 days lectures. I'm like, I'm done with the book. Like, oh, no. There are practicals to be done. Practicals to be done. 60 wines we had to taste in 3 days. From 9 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock in the evening. 20 wines a day. You have to taste it. And I was smashed because my drinking skills were not that.
I wanted to ask you about that. I was waiting for you to leave with that, to be honest.
There were overall 8 different champagnes. There were different wines from the different world, different countries, different regions, European, New World, Old World. And after that, my that time boss, he said, okay, we're going in the night, guys. Let's go have dinner, and we're gonna have fun. After this, what else fun you can ask for? When we went over there, there was more drinking because it was one of the most beautiful Italian restaurants. We ended up drinking super Tuscan.
Wow, well, that sounds like you had a really rewarding experience. I can't wait to get into some of that a little more. Actually, what I do want to ask you is, again, speaking to the sommelier education program, how do you think this will benefit the people of St. Kitts and Nevis?
St. Kitts and Nevis is completely based on the tourism right now as we speak. And if you see, the world tourism is shifting. It's not any more historical sites you want to visit. It's not more of the things that, okay, what exactly is cultural. They are all the mixture part of it, but in graphical, if you really see it, it's all about gastronomy right now. So food, wine, you're moving around different kind of restaurants. It is really driving force a lot, especially in the Caribbean for our tourism base. So it's completely on American tourists. They come down over here, they want to go to the street side, they want to eat, they want to go to a restaurant and they want to eat and they want to see what exactly we have, what kind of food do we do, etc., etc. And it is moving very fast, gastronomy. So it does going to help with that particular program because it's not alone groom you in terms of the wine knowledge. It also gives you an idea because you have to read about the different parts of the countries. So it gives you a complete idea, what could be the culture of that country, why it is came down. It comes curiosity. I always tell people, don't think whatever you do in your life, don't take it as a commodity, even though it is. It's ironic. Take it as a passion. If you do not have a passion, quit.
Yeah, you're correct.
Absolutely
And
right.
and wine is something. It could be one of the most boring subject to read, not to drink.
I was going to say.
But it can be one of the most interesting subject if you are if you love agriculture, if you love to to the earth, Mother Earth, you would realize that how beautiful it is, like how the grapes comes up. What a grape, what you use it as a normal fruit and most of the people refuse it. It's actually the best source of the vitamin C in the world.
Yes. I know for sure.
And we drink fermented vitamin C.
Yeah, fermented. Indeed, indeed. That's what it is. Fermented fruit.
Right. Well, you know what?
I would
Yes,
actually encourage to the young viewers who are into the hotel and the restaurant industry. I think they should come down and do these kind of programs, because it will benefit you if you are in a hotel and the restaurant industry. It benefits you on a very high level.
Okay, so since you encourage them to do that, before we go to the break, can you tell them how they can get in contact with you?
Corks and Screws. If everybody's on the social media right now, you can log on to Facebook, Instagram, Corks and Screws SKB. Follow us, and you will get the updates. If you want a direct contact, if you want to be on our broadcast list or anything, just contact us on 869-662-6460 or 869-663-WINE.
Why?
9463.
Are we going to get smashed in the next segment?
Most likely.
All right.
Sunny, tell us about the wines some of the wines you offer at Corks and Screws, or you know what? We can start off right now with this wine. What wine is this that we have right now?
Corks and Screws actually delivers a lot different varieties of wine. We have wines from all the major wine productions countries in this world: Argentina, France, Italy, Germany, Austria, Spain, Italy, United States, and South Africa, Australia, Argentina, Chile. I'm currently working on Mexico, as well as Uruguay. Yeah.
Okay.
So New Zealand. So you name it. So there are many different countries are producing wine. China began to produce a wine too.
You don't say.
Yeah, but it is so let's see how India is producing wine. So let's see how exactly those wines are going to get into the international market and how they are going to perform.
Okay.
What we're going to be drinking is the United States. It's from Sonoma. It's from California.
Okay.
Sterling Collection Cab. It's one of my everyday drinking wine.
So this is your favorite?
Not really favorite.
Okay.
My favorite is one which is open and ready to drink.
Well, we're going to make it your favorite right now, aren't we?
Yes, please. Okay.
So, okay. First of all, corkscrew is definitely required. I recommend people to have we call it pull taps, because you have two different sections to open, so to avoid the cork breaking. This is the knife. To cut the foil. Many of the times, people either remove the foil completely,
Yes.
or remove the foil from the lip.
Yes.
But you have to remove the foil right below the lip. So this is called lip, this is called neck, and this is called punt. Okay?
So lip, neck.
So how you do it is, you put it on the table, how you're comfortable. I feel comfortable just turning
yes,
to
okay.
45 degree and just be careful, because it's aluminum foil. It might cut your fingers, the thumb. So you have to be careful when you're holding it. Hold it tight and turn the knife. When you have already sliced it, you slice a piece, and then you take it out.
Oh, okay.
Perfect.
You take a cloth or napkin, make
Wipe it
sure that there is no sediments. I'll put that in my pocket.
It's okay. You can look at it there.
No sediments at all, Sunny.
Then what you do is turn this. This is the screw part. So what do we do with the screw part? Is take the bottle again, turn it 45-degree angle to make sure that you pierce it right in the middle,
Okay.
right over here, and then you turn it slowly, 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 slowly. So there are rings of about 6 to 7 parts. You reach to the third part, you stop, then you pull it up like this, hold it over here, and then easily pull. Then you can screw more a little bit inside if you need. Then you pull. Once you're like 75% out with the cork,
Use your hand.
like 3/4 of the cork is out, you just turn it slowly. Take it out.
Not the popping sound that I'm used to.
No,
television.
popping sound is not good in our sommelier's way. We consider that to be very uneducated in opening wine.
Ooh.
Or a rookie
heard
to
it
be
here
opening in a
first.
wine.
Or a rookie. I'll take that. I'll take the rookie.
So, majority of the people smell the cork. There's nothing in smelling the cork. You
Okay.
just smell the wine. Technically, what we do is make sure that the cork is wet properly. So you can touch it and see it.
So why are we ensuring that the cork is wet properly?
If the cork is not wet properly, there is a possibility it will get the gap between the wine and the cork. There is a possibility it might start get oxidized. So the oxygen is going inside.
Okay.
So you have to ensure that cork is always kept. Sometimes the cork would dry completely and it will break. That doesn't mean that the wine is bad.
Okay.
What if the cork breaks in the wine? Because I've had that and I've had to throw away most of my wine trying to get the cork out.
As I said, there is a majority of the time there is a possibility that the cork might break. But if the cork breaks, there's still enough space for the cork, for the screw to get inside and pull out the cork. But if the cork is inside the wine, filter it.
Next time, I was just like, come on.
Good advice.
Yeah.
Yeah, filter it. That doesn't mean the bad is wine.
No,
I mean,
the wine is bad. Okay, no
But
problem.
how exactly you can see, I'm going to show you in the second.
Are you smashed, Sunny? The baddest wine? Are you smashed? I'm teasing you.
Possibly.
You're thinking.
So, tastings are mostly about 1 or 2 ounces minimum.
Sunny, and what would you pair this wine with?
Okay, we will go through that.
Okay,
Sorry, I didn't bring that down. Okay, so
thank you.
welcome. How to understand if the wine is good or bad? First, there are 3 S's. See, smell, and sip.
See, smell, and sip.
Okay,
So see,
so we are seeing it. What are we seeing it?
nice red to match my shirt.
Indeed. Okay. The wine is not looking brownish. In red wine, the wine is not looking brownish first. It's what color you are observing right now. So this one,
Blood red.
you see at the rims, you can see what do you see on the shades on the last rims of the glass? What color do you observe?
Reddish.
Ruby,
Ruby.
right? Okay. Now
Wow.
that means the wine is not bad by seeing it. That's the sight of the wine. Second, what do? We swirl it. Why do we swirl? As I said, life in a bottle.
You're bringing it
You
back.
take a plastic garbage bag, I put it around your neck. Don't worry, I'm not cynical. But you put it around your neck, tie it up, and then open it after 1 minute or 1.5 minutes. What will be your first reaction? Gasp,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Same thing happens to the wine. The juice is so compacted inside, it's air vacuumed, that it requires to open its flavor, it requires to breathe. Yes.
Life in a
Yeah,
bottle.
that much I knew. I figured it needed to breathe.
Breathe, yeah.
Yeah, that's why we call it life in a bottle.
Well, that makes sense.
And you're gonna begin to smell. Everybody can smell it right over here. That you're already smelling some of the grapes.
Yeah.
And you smell. Okay.
Sunny didn't give you clearance yet, Hortensia.
I was drinking, I was smelling. Do you see what my co-host is trying to do?
So what do you smell? Well, why do we smell? In our wine industry, the smelling means what kind of food you smell. Those are the tests which we go through. Or what kind of what do you think? What is there inside? What is impacting to the flavor, etc. I could tell you. Okay. I could tell you right now. This being cab, there is a hint of vanilla inside already. Plus, you have coffee, which I smell strongly, which is going to be mocha, not even espresso. And then you have a hint of a very small hint of clove and mint.
I was thinking I was smelling clove, so I was on track. I should have said that.
Okay. Yes, the oak alcohol is high because it's hitting your nose right away and it's hitting your eyes. So that means the alcohol is high. I'm sure it is 13.5 alcohol. Let's see. Let's see if it says. Yeah, 13.5. Yeah.
You know your alcohol, man. You know your wine.
Yeah. So the best thing actually about the grapes is, cognac, brandies are produced from grapes. It's a distilled. So when we go to the wineries, we drink cognac, grappas. So they are high in alcohol for like 40% alcohol, 45% alcohol, 80 proof, 90 proof. So, and this, which is a fermented juice, not distilled, is lower in alcohol. Yeah. So it really gives us a complete idea about the wine and the spirit, how they are produced. Okay. Then you taste it. Now, once these tests are passed, see, swirl, smell is passed, we do the taste.
Cheers.
I'm so afraid to get smashed, but I'll say the Studio 327.
We do the sip.
You do the sip.
The sip. This is good. And I was asking you, what food can I pair this with?
You can pair it, different wines pair with different food. One of my close friend, who I consider to be a brother, actually, he came down, he's like, that is subjective. It is not, because the wine making style is the same. So people tends to say that, okay, you know what, red wine's supposed to be produced this style, and the winemakers continue the style, and they add their own hint. This one, the Cabernet, you can pair it well with steak, lamb, pork. And pork, once it is grilled or barbecued. I think this will go very well.